Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We have finished the 4 intersections of Lesson 6. Also, belated Happy Thanksgiving to our American viewers or anybody who I guess is not associated with the U.S. and celebrates U.S. Thanksgiving. Shout out. But yeah, I had a great time with my family. And yeah, like I was saying, we recently finished 4 intersections. Yo, Naya, what's up? Holy, it's been a minute. Welcome. How are you doing? It's like a guest star cameo or something. I don't know. How's it going? Let's hop on over here. But yeah, we're starting our Bluetooth speaker demo as part of lesson 6, marching forward. A big thing I want to make sure I do this lesson, my biggest lesson learned, not really, of lesson 5 is not to do like 80 demos or like redos. You're good, huge, great to hear. I'm doing okay. Things are winding down at school. The prospect of graduating soon is kind of setting in slowly. But overall, I'm doing okay. I watched a lot of horror videos today. Or like listened to horror podcasts and stuff. So I'm in a bit of a like creepy mood. But yeah. Great to hear that you're doing well. It's always great to have you. In fact, I think by technicality, you're like one of the longest viewers, I think, right? You're fine, you're fine. I'm no stranger to chatting with the void. No worries in that regard. It's kind of what this whole channel is about. But yeah, I had a very good Thanksgiving. Got to spend time with family. Kind of just enjoy the best bits of being home. A lot of thinking about the future the past couple days. Just what I think I need to do a better job of staying in the moment. It's very easy and enticing to think about what am I going to do next? What do I want to do? Stuff like that, but I think there's merit to being here and now. So oftentimes, at least for me, I end up thinking about the stuff I want to do so much that I feel like any step I make in the present isn't enough. You know, like let's say you want to make grand and awesome things, and that's amazing and good. But then you look at what you've done today, and you're like, oh, that's not enough. Ooh, heck yeah! Great to hear. I hope you had a lot of good food. I had some great food, my family. Oh man, I actually forgot to take some food with me. I should have done that. I've driven back to college now, back at my apartment. I should have taken some food with me. I failed in that regard. Did I smear ink? I felt like I smelled smeared ink. Yeah, over the break I had some fun drawing on my own. Very happy with it. Felt like I was releasing a lot of creativity. And just of course being with people is always great. It's easy in college to kind of like isolate yourself. To quote a gorilla song, right? So getting to see family, my pets and animals. There's a woodpecker that has made a nest in my backyard. It's very cool looking. I did not know woodpeckers have like such... They make like a comically circular hole in a tree for their nest. I did not expect it to be like that good. My parents kept walking out every morning to seeing like a ton of like sawdust on the ground every morning. They thought it was termites or something, and they look up and they see a giant hole. And so we kept checking, and eventually we saw a little woodpecker butt. sticking out of the tree. So we get to add that to our list of cool birds in our neighborhood. Even though I already knew we had woodpeckers, it's very cool that it's making a nest in our yard. And man, every stream I get more and more annoyed with the lighting in this room. I hate it's so gross. It's the overhead light. Like I love soft lighting. Never turn on the overlight or overhead lights, I guess. I don't know. The main lights of a room that I'm in. And hopefully this Christmas we'll be getting some upgrades. I want a soft light box. I forgot the name of them. I hopefully make things look a lot better, including a new camera. Because like, come on, this is crap. And maybe rearranging my room, to accommodate for all of that. I have some ideas of how I want to do it, but we'll see how possible that is. But for today, all we should worry about now is drawing a Bluetooth speaker, part of the demo. I'm not sure. Yeah, we could talk about it, but I don't think we need to. We're just me closely following along with Uncomfortable's demo of how he constructed a Bluetooth speaker to the best of our ability. The hardest part, in my opinion, will be constructing the initial box. That's where I feel like a lot of people fail. Not necessarily fail. It's the greatest error, the most common error that I see. Nice, nice. So yeah, then you guys will actually be able to probably see with the new camera and the new lighting, not only what I'm drawing, but maybe even my non-photo blue pencil from time to time, which would be huge. This is also the first Drawbox lesson, one of two, I think, where you're allowed to use things beyond a fine liner, such as rulers and ballpoints and such. But just because we're allowed to use those tools does not mean we should slack. That's nice. Okay, let's do a plane. I'm feeling pretty decent today. Cool. We'll call it there. Oh, yeah, kind of perfect timing for a warm up. Cool. So we're going to do 2 minutes of ads, everybody. Get rid of those mid rolls for the rest of the stream. We're actually making good time today, so we'll finish that and then rush on over to our Bluetooth speaker demo. So be right back for about 2 minutes, everybody. Yo, what's up, Doe? Hope you're well. Not sure if you're having ads right now. You should be, but who knows? Twitch is weird sometimes. Cool. We're back from ads. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So yeah, today is the first day of our demos. I'm not sure how slow or fast these demos will be. Personally, I believe I have a knack for subdivisions and stuff, but we'll see, right? That we're actually putting that to the test. Yeah. Not really much else to add. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Uncomfortables. I'll do it on my laptop. We'll talk. We'll talk here for a second while I set this up. I probably should have done it before stream. I didn't think about it. I'm gonna pull up the lesson content on my laptop just as a bit of a reference for what we'll be doing. But yeah, wow. Basically, Uncomfortable has provided us with a demo of drawing a Bluetooth speaker, and we are tasked with following in his steps to both help us understand his process and to get our feet wet. Is that how the saying goes? I don't know. Try to, have a soft introduction into these concepts. I like demos. I think demos are great. There's actually something I would consider like a tutorial trap on the internet where like someone will have this very neat tutorial for drawing something and you follow along. You're like, oh, great, awesome. And then you do it yourself or you do a variation of it and it's crap. And it's, to me, they're making the decisions for you, right? All you have to do is somewhat recreate the lines, maybe add your own spin to stuff. And I'm not saying that happens with Drawbox. Instead, it gets that mechanical fear out of the way, or the decision fear, I guess, and follows through with, okay, here's how you mechanically do it. And he also explains his thought process and why he does things and how to do them. So let's get Drawbox open here. Huge. So yeah, I'm not sure how close we should do it to reference. And I'm also not sure technically how cubic this thing is. A lot of people have rather taller speakers, but from the reference, it doesn't seem that tall. It in fact seems shorter than it is wide. Yeah. In fact, the reference photos seems pretty isometric, but I think Uncomfortable wants us to be a little bit convergent, right? No parallel lines and all that. So yeah, the hard part is deciding how we want to do this box. Now, personally, I like drawing landscape, and even though I do think this would benefit from a portrait, I'm just going to stick with landscape so long as I can. However, I know that Lesson 6 will have some things where I have to give up on that aesthetic decision. But yeah, so let's get started. So yeah, we are allowed to use ballpoints. The main ballpoint I'll be using, I ordered these off of Amazon. I don't really like them that much, but I have to use them. There's these Staedtler ones. I thought it was going to be better than Bic. They aren't bad. Just like I have this box of like 60 Bic ones. Here, let me try to put it. Right here, see? Like the round stick. The round stick is a wonderful ballpoint. You could steal these from anywhere and anyone, and they wouldn't notice because there's billions of these. This is like some specialty thing. It is lighter than a Bic, and I actually want that for these. The harder it is to see, the better, because we're going to have tons of lines for these. So yeah. And also, comment. I got this from Michael's. It's an art store for those who don't know. Artist Loft brand. This is a very popular looking kind of ruler. And if I draw with one side of it, like if I put one side of it on the paper, it makes these red marks. So I have to draw it with the logo facing like inverted because it's fine this way. It doesn't make any marks. So boo them. And it's weird because this doesn't have that issue. The smaller, this is Westcott. I think Westcott's the main brand. And this is like the knockoff. But a ruler's a ruler, a straight edge is a straight edge. We don't have to worry too much about that. We just need something that is straight and can help us make good lines, and I have those. So I actually bought this at the beginning of Drawbox. Good investment overall. But yeah, so we are tasked with drawing a cube, and as all things, I'm stressed out because this is a lot to think about. And of course, I want to draw as big as possible. I think that's very important for Drawbox, giving us a lot of room to work with things and to do such. And ideally, we want this to be cubic, but it's okay if it's a little bit taller. And let's see. So we want a box. Let's think about this objectively before we draw it, right? We want a box slightly turned to the right with a low degree as the top. So this means for our Y method, I forgot to dust earlier. For our Y method, we are going, I need to find a better place for this ruler. We're going here for now. We are going to draw the top of the Y with a large angle above 90 degrees, above 100 degrees, right? All angles have to be above 90 degrees. That's why I specify. And then the remaining ones, since we're slightly turned to the right, doesn't really matter, does it? It's because if a cube is turned to the right, we're just decreasing the length of the right top of the Y. This line right here, if we're making a Y with my arm, this one just gets smaller. It'll be a lower degree. I'm doing this like that. And that's to be foreshortened a bit more. Yeah. We don't want that flat of a degree, but because yeah, Uncomfortables is rather isometric. Not isometric, but it clearly has a line, a longer face. But like aim down the middle, right? Very what was that one person who joined our stream a long time ago say? A prototypical box. I would like to turn it a little bit more. And also we're going to be drawing a box very large, right? We want it to occupy a majority of this page, and that's a bit different for me. I'm not used to drawing boxes that big. So we'll start with the center of our y. Right here. Bold first decision. You guys could probably not even see that. Cool. Then we're going to go up here. It's going to be our longest face. There. And then we have the shorter face. I'm actually going to increase that just a little bit. Nice. And then over here, shorter one. Let's see. Right there. How does that look? It's a bit strange. Let's draw this out and see. We feel that we don't even probably need a ruler that intense for most of this. It's a bit overkill. And we're going to move this a little bit to the left. Just, no. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Who's it going to hurt? Probably me in like 5 minutes. Okay. I want to die. Scratch that. It's like less than 3 minutes. Also, yeah, we need to draw these lines a lot lighter. Yeah, okay, let's draw these lines lighter. Oh, I really hope Uncomfortable isn't watching this. Who cares? Yeah, what am I kidding? He's not. Cool. Also, I have this habit. I like cleaning off the edge of the ruler, like against my arm, or like, yeah. Because, especially with like technical pins, the ink gets everywhere and it's very messy and it makes me mad. This does remind me though, when it comes to ballpoints, actually, I'm going to keep this page over here. This is going to be my scratch page. Actually, I'd rather have like a notebook for that. Because you oftentimes have to clean off the some muck on the top of the ballpoint. And so cleaning that off on a junk page is helpful. So I'm going to keep that in my lap and probably drop it midstream. But yeah, just cleaning off the edges, all that good stuff. Being mindful of that. Just because we're allowed to do ballpoint does not mean we're allowed to slack in our penmanship. We've been introduced to new medium, so now we have the responsibility of doing it justice. This is a somewhat faithful recreation of the last. We have to just make sure that if we have, you know, a line coming off of this, that we have enough room to work with. We don't need a box this tall. Yeah, I just realized we could probably move this a lot lower and be fine. So. Yeah, we could probably even technically start from the center of the page and be fine. So we'll move much closer to the center. But still a little bit above. Because we know for a fact that the top of the box is going to be a lot thinner. Lower degree. Nice. Over here. Let's increase that degree a little bit. Okay, remember, we want a light line, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a light line on my sketchbook just to kind of prime the ballpoint. There we go, very light line. You guys can't even see it because my camera sucks and my lighting sucks and my settings suck. Okay, so that line was about 2.5 inches, a little bit over. And this is almost double. I don't want that much. Actually, no, it isn't. Okay. Kavel learns how to read a ruler. Very gentle. And that's not too shabby. I'm actually quite happy with that. So now we have the final line of the Y. We haven't constructed a cube or a box yet, right? We've just made one line smaller than the other, and we're just kind of establishing the degrees of each side of the plane. The hardest part comes soon. And to make it feel like this box is like kind of orthogonal to the plane, like it sits nicely inside of our landscape. And how long should it be? I feel like this would be relatively okay. Maybe something a little bit longer. There we go. Not leaving much room for the shadow. Not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I'm not really caring too much if there's not that much room for the shadow. It's a good thing to practice, just right. I'm not going to submit this demo, so. Cool, so now we have the shorter side, and I like to start with the top plane because that needs to be square. And so if this needs to be square, well, we have the same problem we saw a ton during the 250 cylinder challenge, is how do we make this square? Well, we know this line is longer and this line is shorter, but they need to be equal in perspective, which means this needs to have a higher vanishing point, or like a closer VP. This line needs to have a closer VP than this line, because, yeah, whatever, perspective stuff. Go watch Drawbox, or like Proco, if you want to learn about it. I'm not a teacher. So, yeah, and just typically, I would rather this one not be that foreshortened at all. So we're going to take this, transfer it over here, and tuck it in just a little bit. I'm going to kind of vibe this one out. What gives square vibes? That makes this plane seem too long. This face seem too long. Edge, I guess I should say. So if this feels too long, perspective, there's two things. It could either be because this isn't foreshortened enough, which means we can move this downwards more, which actually I would like to, because we don't want to highly foreshorten an edge if we don't need to. See, that's still a much closer VP than this one is. But now it doesn't seem, it seems like this edge is too much. So we'll kind of do some binary guessing and guess in the middle. And that's feeling a bit better. I like to put my thumb over the previous guesses to kind of help myself forget those. Just think about what I'm currently looking at. Still feels relatively off. That feels pretty good. This feels off though, looking at it from this direction. I feel like that's the most important direction to care about. So what's going on? This feels too long. That edge feels too long. And we'll make this one longer. Tuning it. I think that's probably, we've gotten as accurate as we can be to make everything feel good. So we'll make this our point. We'll doodle a little bit on our scratch pad. Clean it off. Prime it. All that good stuff. Draw on. This takes the execution. They fears of execution out of it by a lot, which is nice. But it puts a lot of emphasis on brain power and planning. Which, I mean, that is construction. We're making these lines lighter because we are going to come back at them. Oof. That feels awful. And this converges? You're telling me this converges? Might have gotten a bit too... Yeah, it does. Just might have gotten a bit too close with that. It's feeling less square now, which sucks. Anyways. So now we want these to feel square, and we already have a VP set. So we'll start with the face, and we'll start with this face, because this is the largest and gives us a lot to work with. So we know that this does have a VP, but it's pretty far away, and my brain is instantly telling me right here, because we're establishing the VP over here now. It's the last one we have to establish. So we can move where the line goes up and down right here to try to get a square plane. I'm trying to mimic where this VP is. So I'm going to guess it's about right here. So actually I'm going to do is cheat a little bit. It looks like my guesstimation was right. So, oh, yep. Yeah, something like this. Why not? Each of this box is going to exist somewhere on there until it feels like we've made a cube. I'm trying my best to remember right now, like, hey, it may not look good, but this is just a demo. Like, we're not submitting this one. This is for me to figure stuff out, to experiment. Like, I could keep tweaking, but like that's not really the point here. Which is good to remind myself that. Does this feel like a square? And of course, you know, Kavel, why don't you use gridding and such to make a square? True, that would be an effective thing. Sorry for giving you an annoying voice. But that is not what the assignment entails. Sure, we could, and it'd be a very, very accurate thing to do. Take a little bit of time, especially for traditional, probably a bigger piece of paper or smaller drawing. But that's not our goal here. It's not to make a cube. It's to make a box that could be cubic. We really tried. More so to do the constructive methods discussed in this lesson. We're gonna go right here. So we take our ruler and we draw. And once again, we clean off the pen. Very good. There's also a nick at the end of this. Yo, random guy. Oh, shoot. What's up? What's up? I just dropped my pen. Hope you're doing well. Long time. It's been a minute. How's it moving? Still working hard on your cybersecurity and your drawing ventures? Yeah, this did not... maybe it has. We'll see. I've been, in the words of a doctor I've had, which is a weird one to quote, I've been surprised before. Now we have this grand luxury. Look at this. Being able to guesstimate these lines. It's been a while. It's been, what, a little bit over a week? Hope you're well. Let's see, this VP, it's about right here. Oh, your friend, oh goodness, I'm sorry to hear. Well, I hope they're okay. It's always scary. They're okay. That's good to hear. Oof. Well, glad to see you here okay. I'm glad to hear your friend was okay. Let's not get too descriptive just for the sake of what this channel is, but I'm sorry to hear. That couldn't have been easy. You're fine, you're fine. You have nothing to be sorry about. That's a lot of stuff. I gotcha. Yeah, that's reasonable. Once again, glad to hear that he's okay at least. And yeah, that's very scary stuff. Of course. Have you been holding up all right other than that? I forgot to prep the pin. Good to hear. Man, this lesson's a blessing. Yeah, so we're in the next part of lesson 6, which is drawing everyday objects with construction. More specifically, oh goodness, that was really off. We are drawing he gives us demos. Demos are like small little tutorials of how to draw a specific thing. And so today's demo that he basically shows us how to do it, we recreate it, is a speaker, a Bluetooth speaker. It's a small cube speaker, so it's not very complicated in that sense. But I think it's a great introduction to these concepts. So we're now allowed to use rulers. Sadly, you guys can't see too much of it. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Hmm. There we go. Yeah. Guess it is. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, have a good one. Stay safe. Thankfully, this ballpoint isn't like the others. See ya. So this initial guess right here was actually more accurate than what the existing VPs are telling me, which is a little bit upsetting because that means one of my other lines was off. Yeah, already. Well, let's triple double check and then we're going to commit to that one. It's not very square, but it could be worse, so. Yeah, that is very strange. Well, guess we're going to have a VP that's off. Actually, double checking how off this one could be. Oh, wait, no, that's... What? Why am I getting this? This is so strange. Means this one could be off, possibly? Huh. All of this is checking out. I guess just all the compounding errors. It's really stacked up there. Interesting. Double triple check because something's up here. Something's sketchy. No pun intended. In fact, it moved back from where it should have been. What is going on? Saying it needs to go through this point, but these two converge not at that point. So it's a conflict between these two practically. Oh wait, now I'm getting this. Okay, we'll commit. Something still feels off to me, but we'll commit to it. Okay, remember, clean off our pin. Prime it. Oh yeah, I definitely wasn't going to write there, jeez. Kind of makes sense that it took us practically the same amount of time as a regular box to draw this, because most of the time it doesn't really go into execution, even though there is quite a bit of ghosting. But rather prepping. So yeah, this is, I wish it was more cubic. This is definitely a rectangular face, but we'll live. It's going to be okay. You guys can barely see it, but it's whatever. Now we need to subdivide it. So we're going to subdivide all the faces. Generally gets a lot more methodical here. I'm not going to say easier, but methodical. Should have prepped the pen for this, but got to be very light, very intentional. Part of me would really love to finish this demo in one stream. We'll see how that works out. We got to be careful of which side of the ruler we're using, because one of them has a nick on it. And it's this side. This side's good. So the side without the Westcott logo. There's always some caveat with every ruler I use, I guess. I don't know. I bet a lot of the errors in this lesson will not be necessarily conceptual ones, even though it can be. Or even our typical execution. I guess it, in my mind, it doesn't fall under the vein of execution, because I feel like that's like a mechanical flaw. You know, like we can't help it. We're human in a way, or like more practice would have done better. But this is like messing up the points, like confusing which point goes where. I feel like that's going to be a factor that we ought to consider. Okay. Subdivided all of our necessary faces, and now we want to do a center line. Center line we know will run through this point and will converge, so run through the VP. We have 2 points that forms a line, so all we need to do now is to mark that out. We're going to use the same technique of messing with our ruler here and there to get the desired here we are. Point here. Make sure we're following the right line. It's already getting a bit confusing between these two. I would double check it, but I'm not too worried. I actually made a mistake right there. It's not a visible one, more of a technical one. Let me actually see if I can mess with the settings of the camera real quick. I'll use my crappy sketchbook right here with gravel drooling to prop it up for a second. Oh, wait, you could see it right there. Was it just because I was moving it? Or is it because my hands are so white that it changes the white balance? Let's see if we remove this. It's still visible. Okay. And then maybe we don't need to worry that much. I'm going to take a sip of water, though. Cool. Let's get back to it. So we actually can technically, actually we can't. Yeah, actually, yeah, we shouldn't. So we have two options, right? We could do the exact same thing where we know, okay, well, the center line of the top, which do we even need to draw that for any specific reason? Not really, do we? Let me look at the Discord and see if other people do the center line at the top, because you don't necessarily need that for anything, do you? There's not anything that needs to be placed in the center, and if you do need to place anything on the top, you'll just use the mirroring method. Also, I want to put a piece of tape on this side of the ruler to know that it's the correct side of the ruler to use. Let's see. We'll pause the timer. Thankfully, I'm in a position in life where I can pause the timer. Kavel, why are you looking at other people's demos? Because I'm simple-minded. I'm not going to draw it out of protest, I think. It's like, why do we need it? We already have, you know, like if we don't need it. And so yeah, and I'm going through, and we'll restart the timer because we're back on the clock. We have our two new speaker edges, beveled edges. And this one kind of just seems like a guesstimation. And I don't think uncomfortable explains, like, let's say we draw it on one edge, right? We draw it right here. How do we transfer it to the other side? Because if we don't do it correctly, then it wouldn't be symmetrical. Let's see, we could draw it across. And then if we assume it's square, we can project it this way and then down. That is the best way to mirror it, in my opinion. So we're going to do that. It's not typically, I think, how he'd go about it, but I think it's the best way, right? Because he just kind of draws it there, but he doesn't have any basis for that. Or in the video, I didn't see that. Let me actually see if he does anything in the video. That is another resource that we ought to use. Pausing. I don't even need to be this strict about the timer. I kind of do, because I want to finish this in the stream, and it's not like we strictly have to, yeah, who cares? Doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it doesn't let me turn on closed captions because my laptop doesn't have audio. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And plus, we're going to have those lines there anyways, so this just ensures that it's square. So here's the methodology that we're going to do. Camera adjust. Camera activate. Camera go. Why is it so finicky? Weird. Why does it do this? Why are you like this? Is it because I take my hands out of the frame? That that, this, this. Oh. Very confused. Well, who cares? I love it. Is this like the... I have a Genshin Impact in here? I think it's... Oh, wait. Shoot! What's up, Bear? Welcome. I feel like I just got caught doing like dumb stuff. Oh, shoot. Wait. What was my stream? I forgot to change my stream. Oh, okay. I forgot that. I remembered it vaguely. I was like, yeah. How's it going? We're in lesson 6. We're drawing. You wouldn't believe it. Hope you're doing well. Oh, dude, I love Genshin Impact OST. I'm so glad it's here. Especially... Okay, no, I added this one. Oh, this song. I'm thinking of removing this song from the list. You're all right? That's good to hear. Hope you had a wonderful thanksful giving if you celebrate. I did. I had lots of turkey and egg and stuffing. Yum. Is that red thing happening? I swear to God, I'm be mad if it is. I saw you had the cool pig head. That was gangster. I kind of want to draw that actually. Is that weird? Let's see, I move my finger down for this. I'm doing like a cool... We're allowed to use rulers, yay. XD. So yeah, we're going to do... Here? For the beveled edge? Here? Here. Let me look at the reference. It's... probably an 1/8. So if we have this... That feels like... And this is we could actually subdivide this, but I don't care enough to do that. Because the demo didn't do it. So this is a half, making this a half, 4/8. Oh, we don't want that to be a tangent line though, so we'll go in a little bit. Question mark. XD. Yeah, because I don't want the line that we're about to draw to be like collinear, I guess. Tangent line just doesn't work for me. I know that's the proper term most of the time, but don't work for me. Rather use nerd jargon like collinear. Me and my boys getting collinear tonight. Even though that's kind of like the ideal bevel ratio. I feel like bevel is evil, Kavel. Like bad Kavel, bevel. Commit. We're going to commit. This pin is okay. End of review. This is why I'll never get sponsored. This thing is okay. So, okay, now the theory is we draw it going through here to the VP, and then where this intersects, we draw it that way. And now we have a perfect kind of mirror to the other plane, so VP's closer on this side. What I do, and you can kind of see it here, is I line it up on the axis where the VP lies, and I treat my finger like the VP, and then I pivot it on my finger. And if it overshoots to where it makes an acute angle, facing outwards, I move my finger up. Still doing that, so I keep moving it up. Still doing that. Perfect. And now we're going to go back to where it intersected right there. Draw a line down. Should have prepped the pen, but I think we're okay. So now we have this intersection. I'm going to go over here. Oh. Am I using the wrong side of the ruler? Am I? Am I? Yes, I am. Dude, I'm so mad. I hate this ruler. I'm buying a new one tomorrow. Crash out. Kavel crashes out on stream. Dude, I don't know why they made it that way. Don't buy off-brand long rulers. It makes me mad. I'm going to erase this because you can erase it if you catch it early. I'm just waiting for that one stream where I rip my page in half in anger and then it's silence and then it goes to like the stream end screen. Oh god, that'd be so awkward and good. Like I love the humor that leaves the room kind of like quiet, like oh my god, is he really that mad? Like oh my god, dude, I didn't think you'd get that mad. I'm sorry. Like Smiling Friends does that really great. Like I haven't seen the newest season. I'm pretty sure it's the newest season with the Brazil trip, I believe. That's great. Oh god, I'm getting dizzy with all these lines. Not actually dizzy. Yes, this is the right line I'm supposed to be projecting, right? No. We almost messed up so bad. I'm telling you that's gonna happen with the lesson 6 on like my magnum opus or something, and I'm going to crash out, like I said. It's gonna be bad. I hope. I don't actually hope I get this popular. I mean I do, who doesn't, but like whatever. I get so popular that I get a Meat Canyon parody. And I want it to be like, you know, a very calm stream and there's like a face cam. And then like one mistake happens and I like turn into like a gross demon thing and like start raging. Dude, I hate this pen. See, boom, rage right there. I love Staedtler's products. The few I've used, especially the fine liners. But this is disappointing. I'm never purchasing this product ever again. I don't think there's ever been a brand where I'm like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. This is awful. If any, though, it would probably be food. Burger King. Never mind. I will never eat Burger King again. I didn't have that visceral an experience or a reaction, but like, I just don't mess with Burger King, man. Don't put me in there. I will fight for my life to escape. It'll be both a fight and a flight. That doesn't seem correct, but it is by definition, so we're going to stick with it. Is it though? What the? Okay. I've been listening to Minecraft ARGs today. I watched the, I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of a name. I just remember as the Crossroads ARG. Like, whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Whatever you do at that one. I lost my page. Very good. I typically don't like, I'm very picky when it comes to ARGs. I've had this conversation many a time. ARGs, analog horror, you know, I'm a hater of indie horror projects. Now, I'm just I scrutinize them a lot, right? Mainly because they're trying to be very serious, and then they do unserious things, and I'm like, dude, come on. One I love to pick out is not Gemini. I love Gemini. I can't remember. It's the one who made the whole like fake people thing. Mandela Catalog. I'm not gonna say it's bad. Everyone loves it. People smarter than me like it. I don't like it. I think it's bad. No, because like it clearly had a lot of passion and people behind it. Just the scares were meaningless to me. Blah blah blah. Right? I'm very picky. And like there was very like initially with the this is gonna be spoilers for the Don't Turn Left at the Crossroads. Very good. I highly recommend it. It gave me a good spook, despite some of the stuff. But yeah. So spoilers out of the way. Also, what am I drawing? I'm mirroring. I don't even need to do this. Like the whispers, and I think my friend told me that in the comments, the creator of this said the whispers was bad, but it makes this like realistic human whispering noise. Whenever you have something set in a video game, why have it in a video game if you're just going to use real world things? Like if you put a picture, a 3D render of a real person in there, okay, maybe it could be scary because it's like going against how the game works, especially if it's Minecraft, right? But like whispers, no, do something in there. Like there's plenty of possibilities for creepy noises in Minecraft already. So do more in-universe stuff. But other than that, and then there's another, the main character somehow knows exactly where this like trap door is inside of this dilapidated church. Come on, man. And same thing with like some doors behind a bookshelf. Come on, man. Other than that, though, the ending, I typically hate. It's a trope that I don't like, where you get to the end of the movie or the thing, and the big reveal happens, and it's a giant censor bar. And like, I've done that before in a personal project when I was like much younger and I liked SCP. I did it. It's a cop-out. Don't do it. However, I think this Minecraft thing did it well. I actually liked it. I didn't feel like I was cheated out of an ending because they put a big censor bar over it. Mainly because the ending, it had like a slow burn, like they just stared at it. You know? It didn't like immediately try to attack them and then they ran away. And I feel like, you know, why do you censor things? Because it's like beyond human comprehension, or it's horrible, it's evil, or whatever, right? And so the fact that they played into that and stared at it and then immediately started running for their life. Great job. You know, the censor now has a reason to exist. So great stuff from that. And again, a very, very good Eldritch horror type beat, beyond human comprehension stuff. Yo, what's up, Kat? Welcome. Well, it's quite late. Welcome to the stream. Feeling rebellious, staying up late tonight? Always forget how far away this VP is. Whoa! Delano, you changed your name. It took me a second. How's it going? There we go. Now we go over here. Boom. In fact, wait, we don't even need to do this. We could be more accurate. Yeah, wait. I'm stupid. Relaxing, good to hear. Delano's a mod. He must do his duties on both chats. Are you telling my mods to not work, Kat? I can't believe this. Absurd. I'm ranting about Minecraft ARGs. That's where we've gone. Never let them know your next move. What is the reason for the name change, Mr. Delano? If that is your real name. It's gonna be crowded. Ugh. His mods are shams? Put some respect on their name. Come on. What's the how's a mod a sham? What does that even mean? That's not true, says the Twitch Delano. Now we have this line, which we'll project over here. It is all amazing and awesome and epic sauce. Yep. Yeah, why would I ban my mods? They don't say mean things and aren't annoying. Yep, this is lesson 6. This is a speaker demo. We get to use ballpoint. I feel like luxurious. We get to use ballpoint. We get to use rulers. It feels great. It feels great, man. And it's like, I kind of like this stuff. I didn't grow up doing this, but when I first started wanting to draw when I was a kid, I was very familiar with this kind of drawing. Very technical stuff, so. I mean, the original stuff was relaxing too, but yeah, this is definitely like a lot more relaxing. It's a lot more, would I say brain off? I don't know. There's still thoughts happening, but I don't know. Ballpoints are quite nice. I love balls. Nice. Now we're going to draw. Do we draw through it? Let's see, Mr. Uncomfortable. What do we do? Yep. Hope your guys' days are going well, though. What does this mean, Cat? Actually, don't answer that. I feel like I should be paid to babysit Cat in this chat. I didn't mean, I stopped saying that halfway through because I didn't want it to rhyme. You know, like I feel like there should be some compensation. I'm glad that you thought it was that funny, Cat. That was mean, I'm sorry. Oh, Christ. It's getting crowded. Yikes. My lips are so chapped. Oh my god. It's finally getting cold, but my lips are not agreeing. I need to get better chapstick. Clear off the muck. That's the only downside to ballpoints is you gotta clear off the muck. I say we take this stream a little longer. Very, very observant, Cat. Very, yep. I don't think I ever mentioned that. Oh, ballpoint. Okay. And let's see. He did project it backwards. Yes. I don't think he did the slices back there, though. This is so pretty. So nice to have. Oh no, the light white balance is adjusting. No, it's taking the drawing away. Oh, okay. Let me project this down here. With mirroring. What a novel concept. I love mirroring. Oh, we gotta be careful though. Which side has the dent? And it's the one with the logo, right? Yep, right here. Yeah, and once we get some upgrades this Christmas, hopefully, even though we won't be streaming from December, I think December 24th through January 11th. Even though we won't be streaming then, maybe the 12th or 13th, the stream upgrades will be happening. Forgot to prime the pen. Blech. Aye. There we go. Nice. You forgot Kavel was streaming today. Well, lucky you that there are things such as stream notifications. Why does Uncomfortable project the lines on the top and bottom? I don't understand why he does this. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Yeah, because if we want to make the lines back here, well, no, we don't need that anymore. Yes. No, because we could just do this. But we'll do it like he does it, because, yeah. Okay. Just bring these backwards. It's a way to do it. I just don't agree with it being the most effective way of doing this. Because you have to draw two lines. Meanwhile, this one, I don't know. Make sure we're using the correct side. This VP's closer. Nice. Oh my god. I could barely reach it. Oh. Didn't want to double up on that line, but I forgot to prime it. Bleh. Nice. Yeah, probably. This isn't as mentally straining, not in like a bad way. Just like I'm not doing as much mental gymnastics with these as compared with other streams. So I'm not too pressed. See, yeah, we end up drawing these lines anyway, so I am HO. Whatever. We ought to be careful. Already sensing myself slipping, choosing some of the wow, wrong lines for these. Just because we have the benefit of using this does not mean we should slack. It's like the third time I've said it, but it is true. A new medium does not replace skill. It demands effort, concentration, very nice. Looks great. Looking for group? No, what Delano? I just realized. Oh, jeez. Oh, I bumped my pencil, my pen. Even though it looks like a pencil, doesn't it? It's comically yellow, isn't it? Okay, we're gonna do. No, we're gonna call it here. Yeah, we'll do the rest tomorrow. We did some great scaffolding today. I almost want to repair this. I'm going to try to, and it's going to go terribly. I'm going to redo the entire drawing because I mess it up. Oh, brilliant. That looks great. Haha, get wrecked. Okay, cool. So, we're going to call it there, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. Very good initial work on this demo. We'll be finished early next stream. So, next stream, we'll finish this. And then if we have time, we'll start the next demo. Or we'll have, yeah, that'd be cool doing that. Blasting through these as fast as possible so we can get to like the actual everyday objects. Yeah, so here's the final product. Try to zoom in for you guys. It is a box, and it's a very, in my opinion, decently constructed box. So we're going to call it for there, everybody. We're going to have a pretty normal schedule this week, hopefully. In fact, I would like to stream every day, but we'll see how I'm feeling, right? Typical Thursdays off. So let me look at my calendar. This week, and then next week, and then I have a final, so it's going to get bumpy then. Then I move back home, I stream for another week, and then I'm off to study abroad in Singapore. So, cool stuff. Once again, thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you, Kat, Delano, Bear, Random Guy. We had Naya in here earlier. Shout out Naya. And who else? Oh my gosh. Doe. So yeah, thank you all very much for joining me tonight, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.